This is the story of how I went from not being able to afford to put gas in my car to building a business to $200,000 a year at 26 years old, and how anyone that's willing to put some time, some effort and some sacrifice can do exactly the same as I did. So I want to take you right back to the start. I was away on my OE, enjoying life, having fun, and I was just spending all the money that I had. And then all of a sudden that virus came along. So I had to go home. I was meant to go to work overseas, but all of a sudden I've got now no money, I've got no job, and I think I had $500 in my bank account. I was stressing. I didn't know what I was going to do for money, but lucky I had time because our country in New Zealand had shut down. And so now all of a sudden I had all this time to think about what I was going to do and build from there. So I didn't even have a car. I had a crappy little laptop. The only thing that had some kind of value was this old camera that I bought while I was away in Sri Lanka. I thought, man, if I can use this to somehow make some money, I might be able to get my way out of this. So at the time, my mum was in real estate, so she was selling houses, and she came up with this idea. She was like, why don't you create videos for me, for my listings, and I'll pay you. So I was like, you know what? All I needed to do was figure out how to use this camera, and then I can make some money from mum. Like, perfect. So I started spending my days and my nights while we're in lockdown figuring out how to use this camera, how to edit and how to film. And I'd go through and just film my house over and over and over again. And in the end, I made it a video worth watching after 20 or 30 times. And yeah, it worked. And even though mum had this great idea, she wasn't a savior. She was paying me 50 bucks, I think, for the first videos. So there was nothing to write home about it. It was nothing to live on at all. But at least it was $50 more than I had, and it was a step forward in the right direction. I got a taste of earning money and I went hard. So I spent more time learning the skill set and trying to get up to par with my competition, so then I could charge what they were making and had more of an impact on the market. Others started to notice. Other real estate agents started to see what I was doing and they reached out. So all of a sudden I went from charging $50 to $200 a video, and I was getting some momentum and I was excited. But the biggest catalyst was I started partnering with this guy, Zach. So Zach had a photography business in the real estate industry and he had a really big market share. But the thing was that he didn't like doing videos and I didn't like doing photos. So it was perfect for us to join in partnership together and then be able to provide like a one-stop shop for real estate agents to get all their media needs in one place. So over that next 6 months, but after partnering with Zach, I was stoked. I hit my first $1,000 month, which for me was huge when you've got no money, I'll tell you what. Then we kind of went on to build to $6,000 a month, which again was insane for me. I never thought it would get to that point. But the problem was I was still living at home because I was saving all of the money that I was making and investing it straight back into the business. Yeah. But the great thing was that the following month I hit my first 10K month. It was a huge milestone for me and I honestly just never thought that it would be possible. The fact that it just snuck up on me was really, really exciting. So I was stoked. Then over the coming months, I moved out. I got an office, a more appropriate work card that I didn't have to hide around the corner. And for around a year, I was pretty complacent with making 10 grand. So I didn't really focus on growing. I was just enjoying the money. And I never really thought, what would it take to go from 10 to 20 grand a month? But over the next 2 years, slowly I was able to build and move to 20 grand a month. Once I did hit that 20 grand a month, I remember it was incredible. It was the ability that I had to now have more freedom, but also with that slow growth, I was able to lock in my processes. So all of a sudden, I'm not working 50 hours a week, I'm working 30 hours a week because I've got a team of editors that look after all of my videos. And so I was still able to go play golf after work, golf before work, go surfing, go on holidays, and I was earning more than I had ever made. So a year later, and I'm still sitting at those 20 grand months, but the focus now for me is to build to 50 grand months. So I'm learning about how to do this, and I'm excited to share all of my learnings and knowledge with you guys that follow the page for free. So if you're wanting more freedom, more income, or more control over your future, follow along because I'm going to show you everything that you need to know and everything that I learned going from 0 to 20 grand a month, and I'm going to do it all for free. Because I believe everyone should have the information that's out there to be able to get ahead and have more freedom or opportunity or in some cases happiness. And so that's all I want to do. I'm just going to provide free information and answer any questions that anyone has along the way, because there really is no excuse why anyone can't be making 10 or 20 grand a month and be able to have more control over their future.